Well, howdy there, folks. Halloween's a-comin' right up on us like a freight train. You know how them nights start to get longer around here, and you can almost feel the spookiness in the air? Well, I've always been a right fan of that there Edgar Allan Poe fella. You know, the one who wrote about that old raven? Well, us here at Kentucky Melody, we thought, why not give that old poem a little bluegrass flavor? So we did just that. We took that spooky raven and plopped him right down in the heart of Kentucky. Hope y'all enjoy our little twist on a classic. Once upon a midnight dreary, while I sipped on bourbon weary, o'er a heap of old-time stories, trying to chase the gloom away. While I nodded, nearly nappin', sudden-like, I heard a rappin', as of someone softly tappin' on my cabin door. Just a visitor, I muttered, knockin' on my cabin door. Ain't no other, only that and nothing more. I remember well that night with the cold and shivery fright, and the fire's dimmin' embers castin' shadows on the floor. I was hopin' for tomorrow, tryin' hard to drown my sorrow. Sorrow for my gal Lenore, gone away forevermore. For that sweet and radiant lady that the angels called Lenore, gone now and forevermore. And the silence that was broken made my heart beat, nearly chokin', thrilled me, filled me with a dread I ain't never felt before. So to ease the thumpin' feelin', I kept mumblin', kinda reelin', it's just a visitor a-callin', callin' at my cabin door. A late-night visitor a-callin' at my old cabin door. Only that, and nothing more. Presently my heart was poundin', hesitate, not reboundin'. Stranger, said I, or whoever, please pardon me, I implore. But the fact is I was nappin', and so softly ye came rappin', and so faintly ye came tappin', tappin' at my cabin door, that I scarce was sure I heard ye. Here I opened wide the door. Darkness there, and nothing more. Staring out into that dark long I stood there, feelin' stark, wonderin' if my eyes was playin' tricks or somethin' more. But the quiet held me steady, like the night was good and ready to keep its secrets buried deep behind my cabin door. Just the still, cold, silent dark outside my cabin door. Just that, and nothing more. Back inside, I turned to thinkin', grabbed my jug, and started drinkin', when I heard that knockin' louder than I did just once before. Surely, said I, there is no doubt, something's tryin' to get out. Maybe at the window now. So I best go and explore. Let my heart be still a minute while I go and try explore. Just the wind and nothing more. Open wide I flung that shutter, when with many a flap and a flutter, in there stepped a big old raven, looking proud as he could be. Not a single bit afraid, not a second did he stay, but he flew up on a bust of Pallas, sittin' right above my door, perched up high upon that statue, sittin' right above my door, perched and stared and nothing more. Well, that bird, he made me grin, 'cause his stare was mighty grim, with a look like he had seen some things no man should ever see. Though you're black as night and gruff, I said, yeah, you're not so tough. Ain't no coward, that's for sure, coming here to visit me? Tell me what's your name, old crow, since you're settin' here by me? Quoth the raven, nevermore. I was mighty puzzled then, wondering how this bird could ken to say a word like nevermore, like it held some deeper lore. Sure, I thought, it's learned that word from some sad old-timey bird who had seen a lot of trouble, lost his luck and lost his core, till his songs were filled with sorrow, losing hope right to the core. That's the word, and nothing more. But that crow just sat there, staring, while I tried to quit my caring. Still it didn't move or flutter, perching right above my door. So I pulled a chair up closer, settin' right where I could host her, me and Raven, face to face, in that there dim old place. As I sank into that cushion, thinking on what came before, what it meant, this nevermore. Sat there deep in contemplation, not a word of explanation from that bird whose fiery eyes now burned right through my very core. This and more I sat there guessing, my poor heart a-beatin', pressin' on the velvet of that cushion that she'll touch again no more. That old soft velvet cushion that she'll touch, oh, nevermore. Gone she is, forevermore. Then I thought the air grew thicker, like the smell of corn mash liquor, swung by angels up above me, hovering o'er my cabin floor. Wretch, I cried, thy God hath sent ye, by these spirits, he hath lent ye, respite, and some drinkin', to forget my lost Lenore. Take a swig and drown the memory of my lovely lost Lenore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Prophet, said I, bird or devil, prophet still if you're so level. Whether old Scratch sent you here, or if the storm just blew you through, lonesome and yet undaunted, on this land so cursed and haunted, on this cabin I call home, tell me what is true. Is there hope somewhere in heaven? Tell me what is true, quoth the raven, nevermore. Prophet, said I, bird or devil, prophet still, you're on the level. By the good Lord up above us, by the heaven that's so true, tell this soul all filled with sorrow, if there'll be a bright tomorrow, where I'll see my dear Lenore, who the angels say is true. Hold that rare and radiant lady, who the angels say is true, quoth the raven, nevermore. Be that word our sign of partin', bird or fiend, I yelled, upstartin'. Get thee back into that storm and your butt off my old door. Leave no feather as a token of that lie your soul has spoken. Leave me lonely. Quit that bust up there above my cabin door. Take your beady eyes and leave me. Take your form from off my door, quoth the raven, nevermore. And that crow still sittin' lonely, on that bust still starin' boldly, ain't no movin' him from where he's perched above my cabin door. And his eyes have all the seemin' of a demon's that is dreamin', and the firelight o'er him streamin' casts his shadow on the floor, and my soul from out that shadow that lies floatin' on the floor shall be lifted nevermore.